Hello, chums. The Animal Crossing 3.0 update has been up for about a week now, and I've been playing it, so naturally, I have some things to say. I want to kind of talk about some of the things that I like, some of the things I don't like, and just have a little bit of fun talking about Animal Crossing, because there's never quite enough to say about this game. And also, technically, the first video on the channel is an Animal Crossing video, so I'm kind of that guy. But yeah, I guess I'll start with the Switch 2 exclusive content, because there's not as much to cover there. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I mean, seriously. It's got enough. I mean, I was kind of just buying it so the game would look a little bit nicer in handheld mode, so. I mean, before I even talk specifics, it feels a little weird to me that, like, considering how cheap this is compared to other Switch 2 upgrades and stuff, that it's not included in the NSO, like, higher tier thing, like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are. And I mean, I don't think they're going to add much to that until maybe significantly later down the line, if at all. But I mean, surely this couldn't have been too big of a bone. But onto the actual content, there's actually stuff in here that I find a lot more enjoying than I thought I would have. Most notably for me is the use of mouse mode for decorating rooms, and obviously having the hotel be added in this update really helps with that, because that's kind of the whole thing. But like, yeah, I think it's really funny that other than Mario Paint on the SNES app, this is the most I've used mouse controls. This is genuinely like pretty game changing for me. I think it just makes decorating rooms feel a lot more fun and like quick and easy. Because I mean, a wider problem that I have with New Horizons, not even specific to this update, but just generally, is that it kind of feels a little bit clunky, and I feel that when decorating too. So having like this mode that kind of helps declunkify it a little bit is something that I find really awesome. I want to try it out with like the design stuff too, because you can draw with it as well. But I think it is just like genuinely an improvement. It just makes the game more fun for me. And I mean, for the Switch 2 edition, that's probably all I have to say. You want me to talk about the megaphone? I can talk about the megaphone. I think the megaphone is funny. I used it four times, and it is in my storage, and I'm never taking it out. You can also technically play with 12 people, I think, but I would be pretty hard-pressed to even find 8 normally. So, into the more substantial part, the 3.0 update itself. I mean, before I even say anything, it's stuff like this is just such a phenomenon. I mean, on the day I'm recording this, they just did the exact same thing for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So that's, God knows what the fuck their game plan is. But like, yeah, I'm kind of just happy that this update exists at all. Like, yeah, this game was pretty dead in the water there for a few years, but this definitely has injected it with some new life. I will say I haven't tried literally everything that the update has brought. Namely, I haven't tried out the new Slumber Islands thing, but like that is genuinely just really cool that you get like essentially just a different island that you can just play around with on creative mode essentially. But yeah, this is mostly going to be about the hotel, because that's what I've played most of. So I mean, first of all, I know they had nowhere else to put it, but the dock looks funny as shit. It was even more jarring for me as well, because I had decorated my dock, like I had stuff on it, so I could clearly see where it was supposed to end and where it had now extended to, and it is incredible. One of the first things I noticed when I opened the game was that the mini map at the bottom right of the screen was now uneven because of how far it extends to the left. You see more of the ocean on the left side than the right side, and that's gonna piss me off forever. And like, you can even see if you walk up to Captain in the boat, it is literally like at the world border with how far it extends. But yeah, Captain's family's back. That's pretty cool. If you liked them in New Leaf, then the monkey's paw definitely did curl for you on this one. One thing that really stood out to me, even as far back as when this was revealed, is that this kind of does feel like we have Happy Home Paradise DLC at home. And I mean, that's kind of essentially what it is. It's just room decoration again. I guess you can't do exteriors in this, but like, yeah, they essentially do the whole thing of like, oh, you're contracted to help these people. You have people that you have to make rooms for. You have themes that you can follow. You even have like another currency. I don't know how many currencies are in this game. I think there's probably like 4. This was something that I thought during Happy Home Paradise that I thought was really funny, was just like, whenever you do like a job or something, they're like, well done, here's your award, and they just beam you like their fucking cryptocurrency from their iPhone. Like, why is Grams of all people dealing in like Cap'n coin. But yeah, the hotel I think is entirely like fine. It's fun. It was a good way to test the mouse controls, but it was, especially if you have played Happy Home Paradise, like I said, it's kind of just more room decoration. That's kind of what Animal Crossing New Horizons ended up becoming. It was pretty much a lot less focused on the other aspects of Animal Crossing and more so pretty much honing in entirely on the room design and customization stuff. And I mean, I think it does that well. For like an update, you have 8 rooms and then a VIP room that you can change every day, or you can go back and redecorate old rooms and stuff. So you essentially have like an incentive to just like go back and decorate whatever you want. And like for those few days I did like find it fun. It's just not really something that I can feel myself like once I get everything from the shop that I want, I don't really think I'm gonna do this much. I mean, obviously some people will probably love this. Like this is gonna be like an awesome thing that this update brings that maybe I just don't necessarily fuck with. Another bonus thing I actually really like about the hotel is that it just brings like different villagers to your island and it rotates every day. And like it really caught me by surprise whenever I logged on like the day 2 after the update. And on the title screen, it was just someone that wasn't on my island, and I was confused for a second. But especially with like the more rooms that you have, your island becomes way more populated, and it's a small touch. And it's like I don't like talking to the villagers. Again, the villagers in this game are kind of in terms of like dialogue. It could be a lot better, but I think just having the island be a lot more populated is just kind of like a cool thing. But yeah, like it's in the game. It's pretty cool. I think it's fun. I did think that giving us a way to use a lot of our resources that we've been storing for a long time with the box outside the hotel was a good idea. However, there was one thing that I thought was a little bit stupid, a little bit really stupid, a little bit bad design stupid. And it's a little bit unclear what the criteria is, but just like stick with me here. I really wanted the classic consoles. I thought that was one of the coolest things that they announced in the update trailer, was the return of like Nintendo systems that you can interact with. And I was just progressing through the hotel stuff because I was assuming that by the time I got to the end of it, they would just update the store with those in stock. But then I found that they didn't, so I went, huh, that's weird. I wonder how you're supposed to unlock this. And I look it up, and my jaw drops because I saw the box outside the hotel as a thing that you would maybe do now and then if you need to get rid of something and maybe exchange it for like the tickets you use for the shop. But then I saw that the criteria for unlocking the final store upgrade for the hotel is that you have to do over 50 of these requests. What? It's something that I was actively like joking about when I was playing through it for the first time. Looking at like the Nook Miles rewards for there's 3 new ones for the hotel. One of them is how many of the things you submit to the box, how many rooms you design and stuff, and how many people you lead back to the hotel if they need a room. And the numbers for that are like, it goes from like 1 to 5 to like 20. And it's just like, okay, I get that it's supposed to be a mileage system that's supposed to reward you for doing stuff over time. And they're obviously not expecting you to do all of this right now. But I was looking at it and being like, I don't know who's going to be like doing all of this. But to fully unlock the store, it is required that you do over 50 requests for the donation thing outside. And I'm just thinking, like, it couldn't have been like 20 or 30, or actually even better yet, have it not be tied to that as a design at all, and just have it be that you have to finish the hotel thing. Because one part of the criteria is that you're supposed to design a VIP room, which is the last thing you do for the hotel before it's like, yeah, it's done. But for some reason that's also tacked on, and I'm still confused by it. There's a lot of stuff like that in this update that highlights kind of the more strangely designed aspects of this game. Because one thing they added was being able to use materials from your storage, which is genuinely, and I also being able to craft in a higher quantity. 2 things that were required 6 years ago, but better late than never. Like, especially being able to use stuff from your storage for crafting, genuine game changer. That is an incredible addition. But then it's like, when that same like convenience isn't applied to other parts of the game, it feels a lot more noticeable. Like, I needed to use Nook Mile tickets to go to different islands and get materials. And I was kind of going back and forth and like using materials and stuff, putting stuff in and out of storage. And I went to the airport and forgot that you had to physically have the tickets on you. And it's also the same with like items that are like really expensive, that they can't just like charge your bank account, and that you need to have all of the money on your person. Obviously those weren't like part of the update. That's not really like me judging the update. It's just that I kind of wish that, you know, in that dry period, maybe we had some more quality of life stuff, or if this update could have included more stuff like that. I mean, one thing the update has definitely got me to do is just generally like just play the game more. Like I've been changing some parts of my island, which has obviously made a lot easier with some of the stuff they introduced in this update. And like they even introduced some more like furniture lines through Graham's shop in the hotel. And actually, speaking of more furniture lines and stuff being added, the collaboration items, they definitely took their time. I can't say I've been rushing to get any of the Lego stuff, but for the Zelda and Splatoon stuff, it is just so cool. I don't know why they left it as only Mario items, Mario and Pocket Cap items for like years, but having not evenly just one of these series, but two of them in the same update, and just having a bunch of different items for them. You have like clothing and furniture and stuff all across both of them, and they're all just so cool. I had the biggest smile on my face when I used it was the Octoling like wig for the first time, and I forgot that they like had unique jingles, and hearing like the clickbait Seaside jingle play when I put it on for the first time, like it was so good. And the Zelda stuff too is all stuff that just like looks really good outdoors. Like I want to just have like decayed guardians and like silent princesses and stuff everywhere. And they even added like small things like across both of Splatoon and Zelda, you have like, they carry on the trend of having like a currency thing. Like in the Mario line, you have the coin, then Zelda you have rupee, and I assume the heart is the same, and then with Splatoon 3 it's the golden egg. And there's just so much love put into these items, and I know specifically the Splatoon line, but also some of the Zelda stuff is making me want to redesign part of my home. Along with the Nintendo consoles that they added, I want to have like a room dedicated to a bunch of Nintendo stuff. I want to have a bunch of Splatoon things and Zelda things and some Mario stuff, and then have like the consoles and everything as well. Again, it's kind of unfortunate that they took as long as they did, but all these items are really high quality, and they honestly might be my favorite part of the update overall. And I mean, more than anything, I'm kind of just glad that this game is getting some attention. I assume this won't be a consistent thing. It kind of feels like the Splatoon update that was done a while back, where they added a bunch of like third weapon kits that people have wanted for a really long time, and then kind of haven't updated the game since, but are presumably doing that in the future, and it's kind of like an inconsistent thing. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, I think the hotel's pretty cool. It's better than it's in the game than having it not be. And like, especially if you're getting the game now, like you have a lot of content to get through. Like overall, I think the update is pretty good. I'm just personally not going to be like redecorating a room every day, because that's just not really like my thing. Like I like doing interior designs and stuff in Animal Crossing, but when that's like all you're doing, then it gets a little bit much. But I am still having fun with the game again, just going back to my island and like finally changing things. So yeah, I kind of wanted to just quickly talk about it. If you've also been playing it, I hope you've been having fun. I mean, we'll have to see what happens in the future. They could update this game more, but it is also turning 6 this year, so I feel like it's probably getting pretty close to where they're already probably making the next one. But thank you for watching. I'm gonna go deal with more weeds or something.